Russia is going to attack our next election. The Trump administration may not even try to stop it. The Russians are coming for our elections to disrupt them, to discredit them, and even to affect their outcome. They'll be coming in 2018, and in 2020. The trouble is that even if we figure out what they're up to, our own government may be unable or unwilling to stop it. That's the conclusion one has to come to upon reading reports like this new one from Adam Entous, Nakashima, and Greg Jaffe, which describes how powerless the federal government has been and continues to be in the face of an ongoing war that Vladimir Putin is waging against U.S. democracy. It was hard enough to resist when the executive branch wanted to resist it. Who knows how hard it will become as President Trump feels more politically threatened by upcoming elections and Robert S. Mueller's investigation into Russian meddling in 2016. This new report shows how the Russian effort last year included not only hacking into democratic email systems and the use of an army of social media bots, but also the creation of articles pitched to left-leaning websites, which were used to attack Hillary Clinton and promote WikiLeaks. While it was going on, the government was all but paralyzed. The events surrounding the FBI's Northern Night investigation follow a pattern that repeated for years as the Russian threat was building. U.S. intelligence and law enforcement agencies saw some warning signs of Russian meddling in Europe and later in the United States, but never fully grasped the breadth of the Kremlin's ambitions. Top U.S. policymakers didn't appreciate the dangers, then scrambled to draw up options to fight back. In the end, big plans died of internal disagreement, a fear of making matters worse, or a misguided belief in the resilience of American society and its democratic institutions. One previously unreported order, a sweeping presidential finding to combat global cyber threats, prompted U.S. spy agencies to plan a half-dozen specific operations to counter the Russian threat. But 1 year after those instructions were given, the Trump White House remains divided over whether to act, intelligence officials said. As former acting CIA Director Michael Morrell and former House Intelligence Committee Chair Mike Rogers note in this op-ed, Russian cyber warfare efforts didn't stop after 2016. Of late, their covert social media strategies have involved attacking the FBI, going after Republican politicians who are critical of President Trump, and even urging a boycott of Keurig when it pulled its advertising from Sean Hannity's show. But it is not as simple as promoting President Trump and the GOP. Most experts believe Vladimir Putin's motives are more complex than that, and involve sowing discord and confusion that destabilizes our system. The danger becomes particularly acute during election season. There are 3 fundamental questions to ask about this threat. Do we know what they're doing? If we know what they're doing, do we know how to fight it? And if we know how to fight it, do we have the will to do so? At various times the answer to all 3 has been no. But let us say that sometime in 2018, or even more likely, in 2020, intelligence agencies and private analysts conclude that Russia is engaging in an